Hey everyone. I hope that you are so awesome. I wanted to come online for a little while this afternoon. I'm really excited. I'm getting ready to launch our Mindful Chair Yoga card deck, which is actually shipping on December 18th. So I thought I would come on today for this Sunday and give you a really little simple chair yoga practice, something that you can do right where you're sitting just to relieve tension that you might be holding in your upper back, in your spine. And it's really an inspiration. I was at a great workshop last night with my sister-in-law, Ishtar, who was doing a wonderful women's workshop, and she was doing a warm-up series as part of the workshop. And as I was going through it, it really mirrors some of the things that we have in the card deck. But I also was wondering, as I was experimenting with it, how it might feel to keep those same movements just in a chair without even the need to sit down. So I thought we would kind of have a little go with this. So if you're coming online, give me a little hello or wave or heart and let me know maybe where you're listening from. And if you're watching the replay, maybe put a little hashtag replay and where you're watching this from. But grab a chair. Let's kind of get to this. I'm going to bring your feet flat onto the floor wherever you are. And just really simply, you're going to sit towards the front edge of your chair so that your feet can be flat on the floor and your spine can be really long. And just take a few breaths here to start and just connect to how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling right now? And as you breathe in and out, just connect to those feelings. I'm just going to share this to our group just to let everyone know that we're here live. Give me a little hello or wave to our group just to. All right. And just take a moment now and just check in and notice what your energy level is feeling. How is your energy right now? Let's start by just moving our body just in circles. So you're going to start to move your body so your whole torso is coming around in circles, right? You're moving towards the front and back and around. And just start to let your body really move in these circles. And however you're moving, let your body really move in a way that's deeply nurturing. So you get to control the pace right now. You get to control how big or small the circles are and sort of make these circles this act of kind of self-love for your spine. Big circles, keep them going. What would it feel like to kind of feel as though your body is really kind of floating through space, almost like you're floating? See how your head and neck want to express themselves in these circles. And then come back to the center for a second. And just take a breath to kind of reset here. And start your circles at your own time in the opposite direction, coming around the opposite way here. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels good, and just really noticing the sensations in your body as you circle around. Really connecting to the needs of your body right now. How does your body need to move? Is it slower or faster? Another just few circles here. Feel free to jump in if you're joining us. Grab a chair, move around. And then come back to the middle and just come back up to sitting just for a moment. And just notice how those circles felt for your body. Now we're going to start to circle with the neck and the upper shoulders, right? And you'll get to control this. So drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder. And then really gently, maybe bringing your head towards the back. Again, it doesn't have to tip far back. And then over towards the left shoulder. And then around and down. And then again, now just let those circles kind of move. Letting your movement be as organic and just kind of relaxed as possible. Circling around. Maybe letting your upper shoulders kind of come into the movement a little bit. And just imagining any tension you're holding, just releasing. And then reverse the direction of your circles, maybe coming the opposite direction. Again, listening to your body, moving in the way that you need to right now. And the goal of our practice today is to first become deeply connected to the needs of our body. And then from that space to move in a way that creates a bit of freedom and ease. All right, and then come back to the middle here. And just kind of reset and notice how you're feeling now. And then roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest and look up. You can hug your elbows back. And then around your spine, bring your hands towards the front of your knees and look towards your belly. You know, roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest to look up. And then around your back, bring your hands to the front of your knees, look towards your belly. Let's do this a few more times at your own pace. Lifting your chest. And then rounding here. Again, lifting your chest. And then rounding. And then last time, lifting your chest. And rounding. And then come back. And finally, to end, just bringing your arms out. So taking up some space, stretching out through your fingers, and then taking your hands back, maybe flipping your palms up. So pull your belly button in just a little bit so you don't overarch your spine. Lift your chest and open up into this big bulge shape, noticing what it feels like to really take up space here. Big breaths in. And full breath out. Big breath in. And full breath out. And then release your hands back and around and down. And take your hands to your knees and maybe just checking in and just noticing how you feel. From this really simple practice, we just did some circles with our torso, we did some circles with our neck, we did some spinal movements, some kind of seated cat and cow, and then this big kind of reminds me of a power pose, really being fierce and bold and big. We just kind of pause there. Just kind of checking in and noticing how those practices impacted you. Noticing how you're feeling right now. Taking just a few breaths and imagining that your breath is nurturing the cells in your body. Your breath is releasing any tension you're holding. And it's inviting you, your breath is inviting you to come home to this moment just through the feeling of breathing. So as you breathe in and out, really savoring the experience of just breathing right now. Each breath, an invitation to release tension, to feel this moment, to nurture your body. And just releasing here. Maybe opening your eyes. You know, in yoga, we sometimes say that we're only as young and flexible as our spine. And it's such an interesting idea, right? As I was doing these practices last night in the workshop, I was really thinking about the ways that my spine is like a great tell of kind of what's going on in the broader context of my life. You know, my upper back gets really locked up, right? When I feel like life is locking me up, when I feel a sense of angst or anxiety or just busyness, I notice that my upper back takes a hit. My upper back is the first to really be a great tell that I need to up my self-care game. And it's really interesting when we approach the body in that way, that tension is a tell. Tension is a tell of disease. Tension is a tell that we need to care for ourselves, that we need to nurture ourselves, that our body needs our loving attention. And when we see it as that, it's like when the tension creeps up, we're like, thank you. Okay, great. I got the message. I need to take care of myself a little bit better. But as I was doing these movements yesterday, I was doing them sitting on the floor, but I was really sensing like every single one of them could so easily be done just sitting in a chair. And I wonder, like, if we had more freedom, more ease, like in our spine, how that automatically, for me at least, makes me feel more at ease in my heart, right? So there's like, you know, especially because I hold tension behind my upper back, which is in the space right directly behind my heart. When that area of my body gets locked up, it's so easy for me to feel like there's like an armor. There's a certain amount of weight that I'm carrying in that whole area of my body. So instead of kind of being in that space, right, these movements for me, and I'm going to experiment with them all week, so I invite you to check it out, are this way of kind of noticing how we can bring more organic movement, more fluidity, more softness into our spine with the intention then of being able to have that same flexibility in our life. Right? That same ability to kind of flow, to be able to move with ease, to be able to kind of swerve left, swerve right, per se, and not be rocked by it. So I just invite you to kind of play with this. Let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed this practice. And see if you can make space for just a few minutes of like spinal movement. It doesn't have to be the ones that I even offered you this week. For a whole week, like commit to like maybe once or twice a day, really moving your spine, and let me know how it feels for you. It's pretty major for me and my own connections, and I would love to see how you feel like it's impacting you. So I look forward to reading your comments. I hope that you enjoyed this little video, and I'm really excited excited to share more. We're launching our Mindful Chair Yoga card deck. So I'm going to get online a lot and do a whole bunch of like chair yoga practices for you all, just in celebration. It's been such an exciting project to work on with my friend and colleague, Jennifer Cohen Harper. And I'm just excited to start sharing some of this with you through these live videos. So I'll be coming on more often. Let me know if there's parts of your body that need your love and attention. Look forward to seeing you again.